Hey guys, and welcome back to Serenity Valley. This is episode 26, and today we're going to be finishing up some silage selling, as you can see by our money amount and by how much time has passed during this game day that we've been doing a fair bit of work. We are very near the end of selling 700,000 liters worth of silage here at the BGA. We have also sold the rest of the fuel that we had in our digestate separator, and we sold the fertilizer that was in our digestate separator. So that's basically where the money has come from. You can see maybe up in the top right corner or the top left corner there that we have 119 pigs now. I believe, if I'm correct, that we started with 114 pigs after we bought our last load in the last episode. And what the reason we went with that many pigs is that basically based on the reproduction rate, and let me show you that. So you can see here that the reproduction rate is approximately 70 minutes, an hour and 12 minutes, and of course as more pigs accumulate that will trickle down. So we have a new pig about every 70 game minutes. And what that's going to amount to over the period of a game day is about 20 pigs. So our plan is basically to take those 20 pigs every day in the morning and take them down to the processing facility where they will be converted to sausage and ham steak. And then we will take that end product, the sausage and steak, and take that over to the local restaurant for sale. So we will see tomorrow, next game day, basically what that's going to amount us approximately every day, because by having that much pig stock, we're basically going to be able to sell about 20 pigs a day, and our goal is going to be to basically maintain about 114 to 115 pigs. So while I was up here selling silage, I got a call from Jack down at the dealership, and he told me that we have a slight problem with our truck over here, our pickup truck. Apparently, the manufacturer has a recall on this particular model. Something about the suspension can cause the truck to go out of control, and as a result, you could find yourself out of control all of a sudden and get into an accident. So the manufacturer is issuing a full recall on the vehicle. Since we haven't had it for that terrible long, Jack is willing to basically give us a trade-in, a full trade-in. He's got 3 trucks down at the shop ready for us to test drive and try out. So we're going to do that today. We're going to test drive some trucks and try to figure out maybe which truck we want to keep, and we'll probably have to custom order our vehicle, since I doubt that we will like the color selection or anything that's down there. But we're definitely going to go check that out once we're done with this load of silage. And while we're doing that, we're going to use those trucks, to basically tend to our factory buildings and to tend to our animals. And that will basically be episode 26 here. Will basically be all about our placeables and our animals once we get this silage sold. In fact, we may just jump back in here and cut the truck off, and we'll just let that sell while we go over and check out what Jack's got down at the factory, or down at the dealership. So I also had sent Rick down to the woods, down to our where we had set up our logging services, and had him go ahead and cut up some logs. Because I understand that one of the trucks that we're going to review or look at basically has a log rack on it and can accept logs up to 2.5 meters. So I went ahead and asked Rick to cut up a tree in 2-meter lengths, so that we can take a look at this this truck, and we need to basically take those logs over to our sawmill, where we have our pallet factory, because we need to replenish our pallets. So we are coming up to the shop here. I also had my son, who's really great in electronics. He rigged up a cool in the cab remote control system. So we installed it on the gates all over the farm. Oh, those must be our 3 trucks right there. Let's pull up here and take a look at them. So what I was saying is I had him install electronics on all of the various gates and fences in the area, and we've got a little remote control in our pocket that we can use to go around. Oh, I forgot to turn my truck off, I think. There we go. So here's the first truck. It looks very similar to our old truck. I see the manufacturer has implemented some straps. That's very nice on the back. Not too sure I like the rims there, but overall it looks pretty much the same. Oh, we've got a supercharged truck here with what appears to be a log gate. Let's see if we can. See if we can figure out how to oops. Whoa. So that gate opens up. That's very nice. Let's see, can we get this one to open? Oh, so we can load our logs from either side. That's real nice. Let's go ahead and close those up. And let's go ahead and take this truck on down to the sawmill area. So let's see here. I believe this is the ignition. We got our wipers on for safety because we do, and we might as well turn on our lights here. Okay. So let's go on down to the down to where we have our logs cut up and see if we can't load up a tree using this log truck. I think this truck looks very nice so far. Seems to handle pretty good. I must admit that other truck did have a little bit of an issue with its handling. Just a little bit of gas, and sometimes that back end would just whip around on you. I think I've lost it a couple times in the fields already. So I'm pretty glad that the manufacturer is willing to give us a complete swap out of the truck. So you know this mirror here on the side isn't quite lined up right. There, that's a little bit better. Should probably check that other mirror here once we get to the stop sign. Let's see here. Yeah, that one could be brought in a little bit, I think. And see here, the center mirror, I think that's good right there for the center mirror. Alright, so our logs are in here, right by our sawmill. So I also had Rick cut up some some 5-meter logs for our other truck to go ahead and pick up. So let's get out and let's see if we can't open up our. Oh, what are you doing? Let's open up our gate. Let's see if we can't load up some logs here. Let's do it from this angle. That'll probably be easier. All right, let's try something else here. Let's close that up. Let's go ahead and get on in. And let's check. Let's see if we can't maybe speed this loading process up a little bit. Whoa. So I think we might be able to get this whole log or whole tree up in here. Let's drop those down. All right, so we've got it's a little bit top heavy, it looks like, but we should be good. Let's see if we can't get this load over to our sawmill. I see the back end is really riding low on here, but I think we'll be able to make it. Whoops. We don't want to take our turns too sharp. For being loaded down, the suspension on this truck really handles a lot better than the other one did. Since we're heavily loaded, we should probably put on our hazards. There's our new meat processing plant. Speed it up, come on. I'm loaded down, what's your all's excuse? So I think this truck will work out pretty good if we were doing a lot of logging. Regretfully though, we don't really do much logging here. We need to obviously fill up our sawmills, and we need to make some wood chips from time to time. But we're not doing that much logging, and we've already got a logging trailer. So I don't think this model will be right for us. But it is great that that our dealer was willing to let us give it a try. So we're just going to unload this load and take it back to the dealer and try out one of those other trucks. I think we can turn off our hazards now. Seems like we've got some pretty active suspension on this particular truck. That'll help out a lot with respect to our to carrying heavy loads. So since we've already got 5-meter logs for the logging trailer, we're just going to offload these here, and we'll use those for wood chips. So let's go on back. We need to take it easy, obviously, on this particular part of the road. So I was thinking earlier that it's pretty ironic that we happen to be selling silage here in the rain, because I think that's how we were selling silage the first time we did it here on this map, was in the rain, and I don't think it's rained since we did the silage. So that was pretty funny. I thought I started selling silage before it started raining, and then it started raining while I was doing that. So it was almost like it was inevitable that we'd be doing some silage once it would rain once we started selling some silage. We're not going to get behind you, are we? Let's see if we can punch it up. See what this thing can get to. Oh, well, we gotta slow up for you. Looks like we've got some pallets we've got over here. Alrighty, we're just going to park this truck and try out this pickup. See if we can't park. Alright, let's turn off our lights, turn off the engine, and go ahead and get out. So that was a nice truck, but I don't think it's quite for us. Now we'll give this one a rig. So this particular truck actually has been fitted with a dump truck trailer, or a dump bed, and we're going to check out the dump bed action. We're actually going to take a load of bagasse down to our cows. So if you recall, when we put in our sugar factory, one of the byproducts of the sugar manufacturing is a product called bagasse, which is apparently you can also use and feed our cattle as power food. So we've got a fair amount of that product here in our factory. So let's remove our cover, and let's back up in here and see if we can't take a load of that. I don't think I was quite under the spout. There we go. Let's just see, we got that loading up. Alright, we got that loaded. Let's go ahead and cover up our load. And we got a shortcut to our cow facility. We just run right down this tree line here. There's a little road dirt path here that'll take us straight to our cows. We'll be able to go ahead and feed our cattle. So here we go. We're kind of going in the back way, right on into our barn here. So let's take a look. So right now we have 46,049 units of power food and bagasse. So let's go ahead and tip this. And you can see that our power food is going up, but our silage and hay is not. Okay. Alright, that was good. So let's go ahead and seems like they need a load of power food too. So let's go ahead and get a load of power food. We should probably have our headlights on. And let's adjust our mirrors out a little bit. Looks like it's letting up the rain. Oh, we've got apparently we've got auto sensing wipers here, where the truck now thinks that we don't need them anymore, that it stopped raining. Now, you know what? Before we do that, I want to check our seed master. I went ahead and stocked that up with some seed here a little bit ago. I want to see if we might have enough seed to go ahead and put in our silo. Let's go ahead and take our cover off. Apparently we do have enough seed. So we'll just load that up. Yeah, it looks like it stopped raining. I think we could roll our windows down. Let's just go ahead and get some air in here. Alright. I think that mirror over there looks like it's adjusted pretty well. Alright, let's not run into our sprayer back there. Let's go ahead and drop this load off, and then we'll pick up our load of power food, our forage, take that back to the cows, and then I think we'll call this test drive over with. So let's see, can we use our mirrors? Let's there we go. We've got two nice cylinders right there. So this truck is nice and all, but I really don't think it has the capacity that we're going to need for our usage. So I think we're going to take this one back also, and tell the dealer the thanks, but no thanks on this model. Then we'll have to check out our flatbed. I'm kind of thinking we're going to lean toward the flatbed anyway. That's kind of the style we had before. But so far these two trucks are handled very well. They've got very good suspension on them, not bouncing around all over the place. Definitely feels like it's a big improvement from the previous model. And I have to say, I think it's really great that the manufacturer of this particular truck has listened to the owner's feedback the owners of the model that we owned. But they took our feedback and several other owners' feedback, and really did a great job on improving on the model. So you'll see with our forage, we're actually increasing our silage and hay and our power food levels. So that's kind of interesting that that if we just want to do power food, we could just feed the bagasse product, and we'd only raise our power food. Let's go ahead and I guess we could turn our lights off. Just cut through here. And right here is our store. So we'll see if we can't back this up into a parking spot. That's pretty good. All right, so we'll just we'll just leave those windows down, and that leaves us with this truck. This truck is very, very similar to the truck we used to have. So we've also got a nice reading light lamp in here. But let's go ahead and check our mirrors. That looks good. That one looks good. And that one looks good. Alright, so let's go on and check out our placeables and see if we can't get some stuff moved around here. So let's check our sugar factory out. See what we need. Looks like we might need some milk. So we need sugar, fruit, cardboard, milk, and pallets. We pretty much need a little bit of everything in this one. Let's check our greenhouse out here. Oh, looks like you've got a full load. So you got manure, cardboard, water, pallets, so you're about 50% on everything. Looks like we got another full load here. So you need cardboard and about a full one, halfway on everything else. And you need water. And you could probably be topped off with sugar beets in a little bit, but you pretty much just need water. So let's go ahead and see if we can't. We've got 2 pallets of. Let's go ahead and get these other 2 pallets of fruit off. And let's see if we can't put them in the dairy here. All right. Let's go ahead and wrap this episode up. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you like these particular trucks, they are linked in my mods file. These are the pickup trucks from GTX Modding. And while these particular trucks are a early beta of the second release, version 2.0. By the time this episode airs, version 2.0 should be available on their site for download. I feel that that truck is probably one of the best trucks in Farm Sim at the moment. The first version kind of had some handling issues and had some other quirkiness to it. For example, the suspension was pretty bad, to where you really couldn't transport anything on them that had any real weight to them. You couldn't really hook them up to a trailer and pull a trailer because the back end would just squat so low. And overall, the truck felt pretty light on the road, but all of these feel very good. They feel very, very stable. So, with that, when we come back for episode 27, we will probably be ready to start harvest. We have our canola fields are ready to harvest. They came ready to harvest back when we were back when I was selling silage. So we'll probably go ahead and start our harvest of that. I will off camera finish stocking up our placeables, our factory buildings. I'll finish replenishing them. All right, so that one, while it's not full, oh, we almost hit our truck. It's full enough. I wanted to show you guys. I don't think I actually showed you all these storage buildings and how they work. So let's see here. I think we got strawberries. So I think this is the strawberry. So you put the pallet here, and it goes in. So it says 2,000. We're going to go ahead and store the other pallet while we're at it. So if you like this video, please click the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. And come back for more Serenity Valley. Didn't get to ask you guys what you all thought of Serenity Valley version 5 that is now available, where Rockhound, who's the author of the map, went and added a whole bunch of factories and other things on the map. So once you put your pallets in the storage buildings, one pallet will show up in the back here, and then basically the rest of the pallets will be in the building. So let me show you all. So on this side, our counter is 0, but if we had another pallet in here, it would be 2,000. If we had 2 pallets, it would be 4,000, and etc. Okay, and back here, this counter is always going to be 2,000, assuming that that's a full pallet. And we can basically come in here and take this pallet off. Okay, and then after some amount of time, that counter will basically spawn, that location will basically spawn another pallet if there is another pallet in the storage facility. If there isn't, then it will just kick back to 0. So until next time, guys, happy farming.